at a young age, I was a little bit into this personal branding thing, although I didn't call it that. But since then, I've learned that it's not only about or so much about managing your image as it is about increasing your influence as a human being and trying to make a difference in the world somehow, some way, in this little way, in a big way, in some way. Said another way, it's really about increasing your sphere of influence. In our lives, there are things we can control. There are more things that are out of our control. But there are things that we can influence. There are things that we can do to increase that sphere of influence, and that's really the objective of personal branding. That's what I'm here to talk about today, is increasing your sphere of influence, being more persuasive. And the fact is, you are a brand. You have a designation. It's called your name. And for the most part, most people look different, right? Except for twins and Aaron Rodgers, who found his doppelganger this weekend. So that's what I mean by brand, and that's the thing I'm going to be referring to throughout here. There is assigned meaning, and there is associated meaning. Now, assigned meaning is the meaning that you as the brand, or you as the seller, try to affix to your name. It's the meaning you want people to have for your name. Now, if it's Volvo, it may be, I want it to be about safety. If it's Disney, I want it to be about fantasy and fun. If it's Apple, I want it to be about creativity. That's the decision that's made by the seller. Now, when it goes out towards the buyer, it goes through this filter. And the filter is made up of the buyer's experience, the buyer's, what he's hearing on social media. It's what people are saying about it, what friends are saying, and his direct experience. And oh, by the way, what the brand says about itself. So you see, the brand, what it says about itself, has to fight through a whole lot of stuff in order to mean the same thing on the other end that it started out with. And that's the challenge that we all have. Ideally, we'd like for what we think of ourselves to be thought of by others. The extent to which that happens is the extent to which we not only increase our sphere of influence, but it's the extent to which our lives are satisfactory. We get the jobs we want. We work at the companies we want to. We do a lot more to the extent that what I am is what people think I am. Not easy, but we're going to talk about how to get to that point. Okay, now the question that a lot of people ask when I present this story and others like it is, can people change? Do I have to stay the same? Do I always have to be the same person I was yesterday, tomorrow? And there's a lot of debate about this. Some say yes, some say no. I say definitely maybe. Okay? And I can see both sides of this because I've seen brands change. Old Spice used to be my father's aftershave lotion. Now it's my grandson's. Target used to be this downscale sort of discount place, and then it became Target, right? And it's the yuppie hangout. It's fashion for the masses. They've done an amazing job of changing. I've seen people change. You've seen people change. But in all cases, change is never fast. It's always an evolution. And it's always a risk. So I say that sometimes the best way to make a difference is to appreciate the difference you already make. It's to look at yourself and go, wait a minute, what do I have already that I can do something with, as opposed to, I need to be something that I'm not, as was the case with Oldsmobile.